What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be outside of the shop. We're going to pick up a new car. If you saw in the title, it's a 2015 Nissan GTR. This is a car that I've wanted for a long time, and I'm finally able to pull the trigger on it. So I'm going to take you guys along. The car's located in Carlsbad, New Mexico. That's about 4 hours outside of Albuquerque. So I'm going to be meeting up with Josh here in a few, and we're going to drive down there. So I'll take you guys along for the ride. All right, so we've been on the road for about 3 hours. We are 10-15 minutes out from the owner's house. I'm not going to film too much just out of privacy for his property, but I'll roll some cinematics of the car, and then I'll check in with you guys when I get the keys. We got the GTR, we got the keys. We're headed back to Albuquerque. It's about a 4-hour drive back, so everything should be good. It goes smooth. I just flipped it into comfort mode, and man, it makes a huge difference. It just absorbs these bumps really nice, and the car feels great so far. The power is there, you know, the ride is there. These seats they hold you really well, and so far I love it. I mean, I haven't been very far in it so far, but I like it already. I'm excited about it, but it doesn't feel like it's mine yet. I think I need like a couple days to really realize that this is my car. But funny story about that, it's not technically my car yet. So the reason why I titled this car $500 GTR is because I have the title and everything for this car for $500. So when I got pre-approved for the loan, I talked to the seller. He actually had a dealer in California that wanted the car. And I was like, hey, if you're not too far into that deal, like, I really want this car, and I'm ready to come down and pay for it. I'm pre-approved, all that. So he ended up texting the dealer in California. The guy ended up backing out, and he was able to make the deal happen with me. The only thing he told me is that he needed a deposit, so I sent him $500 just to show him that I was serious, and he would take it basically down, take no other buyers for, you know, the next week or so while we figured everything out. So yesterday I went to the bank to get the check and put in my deposit, show them my insurance and everything. Everything was going great until the last minute. They were like, oh hey, we need an emissions sheet before we can give you this check. And outside of Albuquerque, every county pretty much doesn't have emissions. So I spoke with him and I was like, hey, is there any way you can get emissions test? We called around everywhere in his town and nobody could offer an emissions test. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So the bank was closing. I ended up leaving, and I was gonna have to figure it out. So I called the guy and I was like, hey, I'm not sure what we can do right now. I need an emissions test or they won't give me the check. Everything else is approved, but they won't give me the check to buy the car. So I wasn't gonna throw this idea out there, but he did. He was like, what if I trust you? He's like, this is putting a lot of trust in you, but what if I give you the car give you the title, and then you take it back, do the emissions test, and then get the check, mail me the check. So basically I have not paid for this car besides the $500 I put down, and he's putting a lot of trust in a stranger that they're gonna actually send a check. So I gave him copies of my ID and my account information and everything, just for peace of mind that I'm gonna come through, but I'm not worried about that. So once we get back to Albuquerque, probably Monday morning, we'll go get an emissions test and go finish up everything with the bank so that I can send him the check. But if you feel like I clickbaited you, I'm sorry, but it is the truth. I'm taking this car home for $500 right now. I do have to pay more later, but $500 GTR. So I'm sure some of you are wondering what kind of plans I have for this car. So let me give you some details first. It's a 2015 Nissan GTR Premium Edition, completely stock. There's no modifications. It has 10,844 miles right now. So I was looking for a car that was stock, so that I knew that it wasn't, modded incorrectly or beaten on or had a bad tune to where, you're damaging the engine or damaging anything, or just launch repetitively and, having issues with the transmission. So I wanted something that was stock, low miles, that I could start fresh with and that I could trust, that was a reliable car. So this was the perfect deal, and it was also local to me. It was in New Mexico. We drove 4 hours to go get the car, and I couldn't have asked for a better seller. Just with that hiccup, anybody else would not have given their GTR to a stranger for $500 without money in hand. So huge shout out to Donnie if you end up seeing this. Thank you so much. You were a great person to deal with, and I really appreciate everything to make this deal happen. So but yeah, as far as modifications, let's start with the outside of the car, the aesthetic mods. I own a wrap shop, so of course we are going to wrap this car. It might be in a couple months, just because I do have customers' cars, so I need to schedule myself in to the calendar. And I have a few ideas, so we'll get to that when we get there. I do want to do wheels. I have a couple wheels I'm looking at, but I think I have it narrowed down to one that I want. So I will share that with you guys in a future video, maybe get your opinions and see what you guys think between a couple wheels. And as far as the outside, I want to do a carbon fiber wingless trunk. So it has like the built-in duckbill. I don't care too much about the carbon fiber because I'm going to wrap it anyway to color match. But I really do like the look of wingless GTRs. I think it just accents how wide the rear end is, and everything it just looks mean to me. So yeah, I'll probably get one of those down the road. It probably won't be right away. I have some other things that are kind of more priority to me. And then as far as performance mods, I'd like to do an exhaust somewhat soon, just to open it up a little bit, get a little more sound out of it. The GTR doesn't sound bad, but it is really quiet for a supercar or a car of this caliber. And I know a lot of people on YouTube, the videos, they'll say it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. I don't think it's that bad, but it is quiet. So I might start with either a mid pipe, or I'll do the mid pipe as well as the cat back, basically. And I'm probably not going to do down pipes right away. Those will come at a later time, and then I'll get into tuning and everything. I really want to enjoy this car in its stock form, how it is, and I don't want to, order all the bolt-ons and be full bolt-on first month in. So I want to kind of get used to the power, get used to the car, and just really enjoy it. And so yeah, at some point I might get to the point where I'm full bolt-on, but that definitely won't be right away. For suspension, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. Having all the adaptive suspension like comfort mode and R mode and everything is pretty nice. I don't really want to lose that. I know if I went like bags or something, then I'd lose that with the air ride. I'm considering doing the KW the KW like sleeve over springs. So I'd have the adjustability of a coilover, but I'd still have that electronic shock that has all the modes as far as comfort and R mode. So I'd still have that freedom, and but I'd still be able to lower it 1 inch or so. This car, I don't really want to go too low. I still want it to be daily drivable if I want it. But yeah, that's those are kind of my initial plans. I'm sure that'll change over time, and there'll be different things that I want to get. Sorry, this air is like killing me right now. But yeah, I just really want to enjoy the car, and I really want to put some miles on it. That's another reason why I wanted a low mile car. I want to put miles on this car. I want to drive it. I don't want it to sit in the garage, but I also don't want to feel guilty for running these miles up like crazy. But I do plan on keeping this car for a while, so I definitely don't mind putting miles on it. Alright, can I get a 6-piece spicy nugget?
What kind of sauce?
Honey mustard.
What else can we get you?
A small fry and a medium Coke.
Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
762. Thank you.
Thank you. Made it back in one piece. Everything's good to go. We taped up the front end and the mirrors just to try to avoid some rock chips. But everything looks great. The car ride went very well. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and comment down below. Let me know what mods you want to see and what kind of videos you want to see with the GTR. And hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow along with the content. And I will see you guys on the next one.